Happy Sunday night, my friends. We have an awesome show planned for tonight. And yes, I do have a special guest coming on. It is none other than Mr. Johnny Crypto. You may have seen the thumbnail. And yes, he is a crypto genius. Guys, With is doing an NFT right now for the original dog with hat, and it's going for like $50,000. It's insane. We're going to talk about it. Solana and like all of the memes are still exploding, and El Salvador is buying up more Bitcoin. We are going to get into all of that. We're going to talk about what has potential, what we're looking at, what's going on, everything. So let's get started. Let's break it down with the coin market cap. Let's see what's going on this evening. I do have some good news. We are recovering a little bit. We're still in extreme greed. I'm still bullish. This was a little pullback before the halving. A lot of people are saying we can still keep pulling back a little bit more. That's fine. Guys, whenever there is red, we know that there is an opportunity. As long as you are not over leveraged, you will be just fine. Bitcoin is sitting at $67,000. Ethereum is at 3,600. I actually was lucky this morning. I woke up, I was in some profit. I set a buy order at 34.50 for Ethereum, and that triggered. I was pretty excited about that. Any Ethereum under $3,500 right now, I consider a deal. Solana hit $200 today, guys. It's sitting at 199. And with Solana ripping, also Jupe, you need to keep your eyes on Jupiter. It is a DEX on Solana. I did just play a quick scalp on it. I saw it breaking out. It was just up to like $1.43. It would not surprise me if we get to $2 Jupiter by the end of this week or next week. It absolutely would not surprise me. My internet is glitching out a little bit, guys. Sorry, I had a computer crash earlier, so bear with me. Doing my best. We're getting all of that resolved. So yeah, definitely. I think as Solana continues to pump, we're going to see Jupiter do really, really well. And it was crazy. While everything else was dumping, we still saw meme tokens continuing to pump. Even, yes, guys, even Horan. You know, I like to talk about Elizabeth Horan. I think it's so funny. It looks like actually they're creating a new floor. So that could be what's happening. The only reason I'm super cautious still about this, and you'll notice on Solana, um, there's, you've heard of diamond hands. Solana traders have no hands. Seriously, they are in and out like a robbery the whole time. But there were a lot of whale wallets. So just keep in mind that these prices are super, super volatile. And that's why a lot of people, I think, hurry up and take their profits. But to see this baby pop up to like 40 cents, that was insane. I've gotten all different entries and even at 0.02. So I was super excited to see that one doing well. I'm just going to hold it and see where it goes. I think that it has a lot of potential. So drop in the chat and let me know what meme tokens you're looking at on Solana, or they could be other ones. But I definitely would love to know which Solana meme tokens because they're so easy to add to Radium. And that's kind of what the hype is right now. So I would love to see them, drop them in. We can check them out. Another one that's super funny. Have you guys been keeping up with this guy? Okay, so I saw this guy on my timeline, and he keeps popping up with all of these community notes, and I'm like, who the hell is this? He's ridiculous. He's so funny. Okay, so this is Nick. This is I Choose Rich Nick.
What? You're telling me that your boy just bought a billboard on Sunset Boulevard using a little itty bitty amount of his Bitcoin? The haters are gonna love this one. Remember, choose rich. What?
This guy, he's just like, it's so funny. He just does the dumbest shit. Like, look at this face. Okay, so I bought Nick token. I don't know if it's actually his token, but yeah, choose rich Nick. Let me see where that's at on the charts today. Horn has been performing a little bit better, but I think this guy is absolutely hilarious. He'll be like, yo, I got my chauffeur. And he's like really in an Uber. And it's just so freaking stupid. Stupid funny. Okay, and you have to be careful because there's always the knockoff tokens. And oh, this does not look good. Let me see if this is right. Hang on. Yeah, this does not look good. I mean, I'm all about buying dips, but that's kind of crazy. That's too much of a dip for me. I'm thinking there's like a lot of whales, a lot of whale action in this. Let me go check out. Let's go check out the token itself. Hang on. You can check all of this out. If you want to check out wallets and what's going on with them, you can do all that on SolScan, same way you could on EtherScan. And then you can just go to holders. Oof. Yeah. Okay. So not loving the token distribution supply. Okay. So there's wallet that has 3.5%, 3.2%, 2.5. That's like a lot, guys. So if these people decide to just start dumping, I mean, it's gonna go down. And you have to get these hands out and into new hands for it. So yeah, definitely not loving that, but I do hold some Nick token. I might buy a little bit more when I feel like it's bottomed out. Yeah, just a lot of whales in these. You have to be so careful. Let me pop over to, let's see who's in the chat. So this is so funny. I tried to explain dog with hat to my dad. That was a mistake. I know. Okay, so I was telling my dad about memes and how I was making money and like about Horn and all of these different things. And he's like, wow, making money is really interesting these days. He has no idea what I'm talking about. But he does want me to help him buy some Bitcoin. So finally, my dad is getting into Bitcoin. I'm so proud of him. Who else is in here? We have Snoop. What's up, Snoop? We have Derek, James Lambo, Paul B, Wen Moon, Eric, all in the house. Paul RFKJ. Oh, yeah. Is this one on Solana? I think it is. I've heard a lot of different the cool part is there now we're seeing like this whole boom of celebrity tokens and political tokens. So I think that that's pretty neat, right? Where we didn't have that last cycle. So I'm really interested to see how those do. Let me pull this back up. Let's go over to Radium. Stop sharing. Oh man, these tabs. All right, RFKJ. Let's check it out. RFKJ. All right, let me see which one. This is the hard part. You would almost have to drop the contract address. Let me pull this back up. Because if you don't have the contract address, it's very possible that I could be pulling up the wrong one, and I definitely don't want to do that. This was the oldest one, so I pulled it up. And I mean, definitely down. So if you believe in this token, I mean, it's huge, huge, huge dip right now. If this is the correct one, the market cap's 5 million on it, so very well might be 500K of locked liquidity. But yeah, that one's super down. If you're a fan of his, I've been hearing a lot about Mog. Like, oh, you just got mogged. Like, I think that Mog has the ability to continue to keep building a big community. And that's what makes these meme coins successful. I'm not a Mog holder yet. Any Mog holders out there? I don't know if this is even the right one. I know they had a Mog on Ethereum. So that's the problem whenever you're checking these out. Trump token was like 22 cents a month ago. Now it's $6. I bought the Trump token because it dropped down to $5. I was like, okay, I'm getting in. So I'm officially a Trump holder on ETH. I'm excited that I have that now. Okay, feel free to go to $100, Trump. I love it. Make sure to smash that like button on your way in. Show some love. Orange pilled him. I sure did orange pill him. I bought the Yee rug today. You have to be so careful. Like, I really have a problem buying these meme tokens when they're up like 750,000%. That's just not it for me. I want the dip. I want the Jeets out. I want the dips. Okay, so in other news of pumping, speaking of which, Render is on its own mission. Holy crap. It's already up to like 13 bucks. That is insane. And everything's looking super bullish. If you could see what I have up now. Market Cipher, if you see these red blood diamonds, that means a dump incoming, but it's only on the 15 minutes. So I really don't worry about that because the money flow is super positive on this and strong. Going out on the larger time frames, ooh, we don't even have the purple check mark saying this baby is done. Yeah, it's a little bit overbought, but it could keep going. Wow, Render had a really nice run today. That is awesome. Cheers if you're a Render holder and a Solana holder. Okay. I want to pop over and just check out a couple other meme tokens before we get into the headlines. So, Book of Meme, this is worth mentioning. Everybody's talking about BOEM token now. Book of Meme could be super hot. I would never trade it on futures. I do not trade these like meme tokens on futures that are new because you have no idea what they're gonna do. The only ones I will do are like SHIB and Doge. These are just way too high risk, but to hold in spot, yeah, sure. Book of Meme has a ton of potential. This is already number 101 on CoinMarketCap. And WIF is sitting at like 55 on CoinMarketCap. Memes are, it's just what everyone wants. They just want the meme tokens. Like, screw utility at this point. We're like, give us your best Ponzi. We want it. Okay, I take it back. WIF is now up to 42 on CoinMarketCap. Oh, 45. It's like bouncing around. This is insane. I should have bought the WIF dip. Did anybody buy the WIF dip? It's still too high for me. Like, what am I going to do with that, right? It'll probably go to $20. I told you guys I was going to fade this to $20. But let's talk about dog with hat news. Okay. So in case you guys didn't know, this cute little doggy has a name. His name is Achi. I think I'm saying that right. Achi. Okay, so apparently Achi's parents already had an Instagram for him and they made him this little hat and they had been putting cute little outfits and everything on him for like a year. This photo was taken a year before it actually went viral. Well, they decided, hey, let's put this up for auction. We're going to make this an NFT. But the weird thing is they put it on Ethereum. I don't know why they wouldn't put this on Solana. It would just make sense to me to be a Solana NFT, but nevertheless, they decided to make it an Ethereum NFT. And at the time this article was being written, the current bid was 50 ETH. Oh my gosh, 50 ETH, over $182,000. Say what? Holy crap. This is insane. Achi the dog with hat. Current bid 50 ETH. Wowza. It's probably up since then because this was earlier. Wow. I cannot believe we are so back, guys. We are so back. So many degens. I love it. All right. Let's see what else is going on right now. Oh, lots of longs getting liquidated. We are all over the place. Absolutely all over the place. Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. That is all anybody wants to talk about. El Salvador has bought thousands more Bitcoin. So they've just sent 400 million Bitcoin over to a cold storage wallet this week. And they are just hodling. El Salvador has moved more than 5,000 Bitcoin to cold storage. The disclosure by President Nayib Bukele nearly doubles the country's known stash of the digital asset. They are hodling that Bitcoin. A Bitcoin treasury of that size places El Salvador's holdings far higher than previously believed. Even on Thursday, public trackers placed the nation's trove at less than 3,000. So they're like, you know what? Nope, we just don't have enough. We're going to get more. Wow, that's great. Okay, so we've been talking about Bitcoin, Solana, but let's just talk about XRP. The sentiment is not good right now, guys. I know I'm in a long because I'm the crazy one, but I have zero liquidation on my long, so I can do that, and I'm just gonna ride it for a while. Just see what happens. But I see more and more of the XRP army getting really, really frustrated, and I think that lessons learned here, right? I'm a recovering XRP maxi, and this hurts. It's been painful. It's been very painful to watch all of these other tokens pop off while XRP really does nothing. I think next to Monero, it's probably one of the worst performing assets. So that's really, crappy to see, especially whenever we've been holding for as long as some of us have, quite a long time. But that's why diversifying your portfolio is so important. XRP's recent price decline has sparked a heated debate among investors and analysts, with some predicting a further decline and others expecting a massive rebound. I mean, anything could happen. I think it's going to happen when we least expect it. But notably, the sixth largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization has seen a 20% drop in the past week, leading some to question its prospects. And Mr. Huber, who was, really gung ho XRP, he took to Twitter on Saturday to express his bearish view on XRP, calling it a loser coin. And it has always been about losing. And showing the charts, XRP's 70% decline against the market in the last 8 months. It's not good. It's not good. But I still remain bullish. On paper, the best coin, in real life controlled by a company with massive supply and dumping on holders to gain as much money out of it. So he went ahead and said that he swapped for his ADA. I can't tell you how many times I've thought about swapping it out for so many different things. I think the best way, this is not financial advice, but to buy XRP and to hold XRP is just to forget that you have it. Honestly, I think it's the best way to handle XRP. Just get it and forget it and move on, because I think there's a lot of other things that will create way better returns in the long run. And I think AI and gaming are going to continue to pop off. So to have some exposure to that would be really smart. But yeah, I mean, it's no secret we get dumped on, and it's not fun. Um, and I've said this before in a tweet, and I got a lot of backlash. XRP serves its purpose. It's to be used as payments, as cross-border payments. Its functionality works. That's what it's for. Maybe whenever we see these AMMs come into play, maybe that'll really help. But we'll see. It didn't do much for XLM. It didn't do anything for XLM's price. Will it help the other tokens on the XRPL? Hopefully. Liquidity pools, everything like that. But we'll have to see. I just don't think that expecting a massive pump just because of the AMMs is something realistic. I really don't. But I could be wrong. I have been wrong before. Solana and Jupiter are top gainers amidst meme coin craze. Yes, they are. I know I just talked about these, but guys, keep your eyes on them, and also keep your eyes on Radium, because when Solana's pumping and Jupiter's pumping, chances are, and all these swaps are going on, Radium will usually tag along. Same thing for like AVAX. Whenever AVAX is pumping, be sure to look at Joe. That's one of the tokens that is like a DEX, an AVAX DEX token. It all just kind of flows together. So definitely keep an eye on that. Something fun coming up, guys. I got asked to be a moderator at the Bitcoin Energy Summit. It is in April in Miami. That is going to be so fun. 2 days at the Hilton Miami Downtown Hotel, a ton of speakers. I am going there because you know what? One, I was asked to, but just to be able to learn more about something I don't have a ton of knowledge about. So I think that that is going to be great. I'm hoping to get a lot of interviews out of this to bring a lot of content back to talk to people that I wouldn't normally talk to. Oh, who shows up now when I'm about done with the show? Oh, hey, Johnny. Thanks for stopping by.
You know, it's unbelievable. When you're the CEO of a company, you think everything's good, but you you get these last minute calls that you have to just take, Jenna. I apologize, but I wouldn't miss it for anything. And unfortunately, I had an urgent issue I had to take care of with Merlin, but we took care of it. Everything seems good. And here I am, as promised, late. But you know what they say, Jenna? Better late than never, I guess. How are you? How are you, partner?
Better late than never. No, I'm doing great, Johnny. I'm doing great. We're actually, and I want to hear from you some because I saw you got into meme coins. You degened, and I want to hear about it.
You
How
turned me into a DJ. I'm out here bashing shit coins all over the place. And then the other day, you know, Jenna's like, every time I look at my Twitter, I see Jenna in a new meme, right? And then all of a sudden, I see this really cool tweet of this of this penguin in the Godfather suit getting the ring kissed. And you know me being Italian old school, Godfather was one of my favorite. Any real Italian would tell you Godfather's a great movie, right? So I was like, all right, I'm going to do it. I'm hopping into the Peng, and I'm in Pengy. I am in it. And let me see what Peng is doing.
I'm trying to find it.
Oh, it was so cool. Yeah, go to my, where was that? Let's see. Can you find it on Twitter? It was
Yeah.
freaking awesome. It was really, really good. And I was like, okay, I'm going to cave in and pull a Jenna and become a freaking meme degener, at least on that one. And so I did hop into Peng. And actually, Jenna, I even you'll be proud of me. I even hopped into Myro. When I heard Myro was Solana's dog's name, or the owner of Solana's, I'm like, you know what? This
Yeah.
guy's gonna pull an Elon someday, and he's gonna start talking about his dog's name, and for no reason whatsoever, zero value in the blockchain. The dog, it's just gonna pump. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna hop into this one too. So those are my two meme plays that I FOMO.
Oh, yeah. There's one too, and I can't even remember the name now because there's so many dog coins that's
Oh,
Elon's dog. And I'm like, okay, well, that's gonna moon because it's Elon's dog. So is this the right chart, Johnny? Is this the right peg? Because when you go, there's several, but this is the
yeah.
oldest
No,
one.
that's the right one. That is the correct Peng.
Okay, well, there's
That
a
is
little
it.
dippity dip on Pang. Yeah, I'm impressed. I'm really proud that you got one. Somebody asked, let me see. Do sleep on XLM. I think he means don't sleep. Yeah,
I
no,
agree with him, by the way.
everybody has XLM. Yep. I agree having it. Somebody asked, here we go. Are you into Caspa? I got into Caspa at 4 cents. I got out after like a 3 or 4x on that.
Good for
And
you.
yeah, I just took the money and kind of ran and I just leverage trade that. So I don't hold it. And I'm telling you, after this cycle, I'm not going to be married to any tokens. I
Nope.
might just leave a couple, but I'm taking all my gains and I'll reposition myself later. I have learned not to marry anything, but I know a lot of people are super bullish on Caspa. Crypto Lifer, he has over $100,000 into Caspa. He is super bullish on it.
I'll tell you what. So about Caspa, so I was not as fortunate to get in as great pricing as you. I got in around 13, 14 cents on Caspa. But I liked Caspa because of the ownership of it. I liked the what it was doing. For me, when I get into some of those plays, when you start seeing plays that are tied with key players, and I don't remember oh, Joe's in the chat. What's up,
He's
Joe?
in the chat. I said, I don't marry any tokens. He said, except me, she'll marry me.
That's right. And you know what? That's what you should marry. Marry a man, not a token. I agree with you 100%. That is the biggest mistake all rookies make coming into this crypto space. And I know it because I made it. We all do it. When you first get into crypto, what's up, Joe? How you doing, brother? When you first get into crypto, it's so easy to get married to your coins, Jenna, because who wouldn't want to get married to a coin that made you money? You're like, oh, look at this sweet baby. You kiss that thing, get all happy, right? And so it's so hard to not get excited about these coins that you're in that can potentially, moon for you. So it's very, very easy to get. And the key trick is to not to.
I know what you're gonna say. I know what you're gonna say. I knew.
I didn't want to. I was trying not to be cliche, and not because of Merlin, but you really do need to have an exit plan, Jenna. It's so true, right?
Right.
So otherwise, what's going to happen is you're going to watch these things go up, and you're going to watch them come down, and happened with Sheeb and so many others. And Sheeb was something I've owned for a while because I bought it a long time ago when I first got into this thing. And the other day it went up, pumped. I said, you know what? Let me take some out, and I'm happy because now it pulled back, right? So it is so important that you don't marry any of your coins, guys. Get out there, take your, especially Jenna in these memes. I mean, these memes, they have no real long sustainability power other than granted Doge because of Elon, Sheeb because of Elon, Pepe, we still don't know because it's still too early. I mean, Doge and Sheeb have been around for 4 years now. Those things are holding up, right? Or even longer. But the rest of them, hard to say how long they're going to hold up. We just don't know. We just don't know.
I'm trying to pull up the. Okay, so this is ridiculous. You're going to laugh at me. I don't care.
That's okay. No, while you're doing that, go ahead.
Yeah. So, okay. I found this one, but it's super early. Here's the thing. When I DJ and I look for memes, I don't want something that's already pumped. Like, yeah, you can make money off of it, but I want like those like X's, man. So I got in early to Peasy. It's still early. I have not sold one. Even at like a 4x from what my entry was, which just recently happened, I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. The market cap on it's like, okay, 100,000, not a lot. So the community took this over, and Peasy is actually Pepe's online alter ego, right? That Matt Fury had actually created, the creator of Pepe, in his comics. So if the team actually, and there's a bunch of crypto OGs behind this, actually does like some marketing, builds the community up, this has a lot of potential. The only problem now, and not that it's a huge problem, but it is on Ethereum. Whereas I feel like if this were on Solana, it would do a lot better. But there are ones on Solana, but they're not the right ones. They're like fakes. So just be careful of that. Don't jump into any of them. If you see Peasy, don't do the Peasies on Solana because I don't know if they're real.
100% agree. One thing I will say is I did buy a Ethereum play the other day. What the hell did I buy? I can't remember the name of it. But Jenna, I paid, I think, a $50 or $60 gas fee for like a $300 investment. And I'm sitting there looking at it, and I'm saying to myself, you know what? In the long run, ETH is in trouble. If they don't figure out how to get those gas costs down, it's not going to be able to survive against Solana. Now right now, ETH was like the big, 800-pound gorilla on the block, right? But eventually what's going to happen is you're going to have a scenario where you're going to have competition that's so much lower and where it becomes trusted. And once Solana becomes a trusted entity, and you're already starting to see meme coins going like crazy, but that's not the real utility. But anyway, nonetheless, the point being is when people start realizing, hey, I can make a lot more money over here than I can over there because ETH charges me up the yin yang with freaking gas fees, people are going to start realizing, like, why am I buying ETH stuff? And I think you're going to see that. Don't get me wrong, there'll always be a play there, but this is a good one, by the way. I like Aero Finance. This is a good one. I like this.
So I told everybody about this. I'm like, this is going to outperform XRP. Yesterday, it was like 62 cents or 60 cents, same as XRP. And I was like, this is going to outperform XRP because like I made a point of saying that, right? The dip. And then today, bam, shoots up to like 84 cents and XRP sitting at like 62 cents. I'm like, hey, I wasn't kidding. Yeah. And the market cap, it's still early, but this has so much potential being built on Base, and Base actually, Coinbase Ventures being invested into this is huge with B-Index on Base. I think they're going to blow up. And the market cap is still only 129 million, which this has a potential to be easily $1 billion market cap.
I
Easily.
love this one, Jenna. I actually, full disclosure, I own this one as well. I love this one. I think this has great potential as well.
Mhm.
Very low market cap, and I certainly have this one. You know, another one in my bags. I want to make sure I got a little bit of these horses. You know, not a lot, but you know, like Andrew says, as your cash flow and good market, we said $200 to $500, and you see what happens. And this is one of those for me, $200 to $500 plays that I want to own some going forward, because I just think it has great potential in the long run.
Yeah, and their socials. Have you been following them on X?
You know what? I think I did follow them, but I haven't followed. I'm not sitting there and reading it daily here. But let me double check here and make
Well,
sure. I believe I have them as a follow for sure.
yeah, they're literally always grinding daily. Like their socials, they keep them up. They're always talking about, hey, we have this listed. Hey, we've partnered with this person. There's literally always content coming through every day, and I love that.
Yeah, love that, because you
And
know what?
they'll
They're active in the space.
yeah.
And so certainly for me, definitely one of those where I think that when you look at them, they're certainly one of those where again, we're all placing bets in this
Mhm,
space, and we're
mhm,
looking at what do we think are reasonable bets. And again, for me, I say it starts with the relationships. Who they are, what are they trying to solve, real world, how realistic is it, what kind of financing do they have behind it.
mhm,
And so it was one of those that when you think of an AMM, you know that there's going to be AMMs that are going to be popping up all over the place, right? And these
mhm,
automated market makers, we know XRP's looking at one. And so for me, I want to make sure I've got some exposure to these AMM plays, Jenna, because I think in the long run, that is going to be the heart and soul of some of these financial firms. And so, who's going to win the
mhm.
AMM market? Who knows?
Right.
But do I want to have exposure to it? Absolutely.
Absolutely. I'm the same way as like I want some exposure to AI. I want some exposure to gaming. And honestly, I think that gaming is going to be next to run really soon.
Let's go, baby. I love me
I
some
think.
gaming.
I just feel like it is. Like we're having all the memes and stuff like that. Cool. But I feel like it's going to start flowing into gaming and AI even harder.
Well,
So,
remember this. So, gaming had a pump back in was it December? Gaming had an early pump. We pumped gaming November to December. It was right around Black Friday. I remember we started seeing gaming pump. So gaming had a little mini pump around the maybe December-ish time frame. And now it's kind of cooled down through the rotation. But I agree with you, Jenna. For me, there are three areas I absolutely love in this current, or I should say, this upcoming bull run. Nakamoto is one of the games I love, by the way. But three areas, and you talked on two of them already. AI going to be huge. Gaming, I
mhm,
think, is going to be huge. And the third play that I like is tokenization. I think those are going to be the three biggest narratives, other than the whole Bitcoin legitimization, the whole Bitcoin ETF. You're going to hear about Bitcoin ETF over the next. Remember, we know about the Bitcoin ETF, but the world doesn't yet. Most of the world doesn't know about it, right? So you're going to hear about that
right.
narrative. That's going to be the flagship narrative that I think is going to be where everything's going to ride the coattails. And riding the
Mhm.
coattails as we go through the rotations will be, I think, those three big narratives: AI, gaming, gaming in AI, or AI gaming will be the
Oh,
second one.
yeah.
And then, of course, third one being tokenization.
Yeah. Yeah. And Nakamoto, by the way, Nakamoto Games is doing great. It's finally moving. There for a while, I'm like, come on, buddy. Like, what are you doing? Like, where are you at? But yeah, no,
Give it a
it's
little kick,
moving now.
slap his ass. Give it a little slap on the baby come out crap. Pow, slap it on the ass and get a little
Yes.
motion. And it was crawling, but now it's finally starting to wake up. Nakamoto.
Yeah.
There's so many gaming plays, Jenna. It's ridiculous. All the money that's coming into the gaming space. And Jenna, did you know? Do you know how big the
Whoa.
gaming market space is?
Very
Do you want
big.
to take, you want to take a guess of a number?
Uh, currently the number?
Like in other words, the whole entire, and I'm not talking about crypto gaming, but the gaming space in general. If you think of the Microsoft and the PlayStations and that whole entire space, do you know
I
how
would say
big?
it's probably $1 trillion market cap.
Yeah, well, it's not that big, but it's bigger than the freaking movie industry. It's a $300 billion
300
industry.
billion. I
300.
overshot that a little bit.
That's all right though. That's okay because we're in crypto, so it's easy to think of trillion. But you know when you think of $300 billion, that's big. Yeah. So my boy Snoop said
Wow.
10 billion. Good guess, Snoop. But no, it's 30x bigger than that. It's $30 billion. I mean, sorry, $300 billion. So that's a massive, massive space. And so, you know, when you think of the size of prize there's a lot of money. And that's why you can see why companies like Gala and Myra and Play, they're all going after a piece of that pie. And a lot of that existing pie that's out there, Jenna, here's what's exciting for guys like you and me who are in the crypto space. Those guys aren't playing on the play to earn. Microsoft, none of that. You know, I remember my son was telling me like Steam. So anybody who's a gamer knows that Steam is one of the areas where you go and you get you know, yeah, the girl, wild child. We should play some music there. We got to start pumping some music during the
We
show.
need music. We so need music. But then they're
There
gonna
we go.
flag us because we need like
That's right. We can't even.
copyrights.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
terrible.
then they're gonna be
That's
like, we're never gonna monetize you. You owe
Yeah.
us money.
Think about it. It's like, hey, we're playing your music for free. And so you should just be happy. It's out there. People hear your song and maybe they'll go find you on YouTube and download it, you know?
What if we got a mariachi band to play in the corner like we did intermissions and just like send it over to them and just have them play?
And we have them
Wouldn't that be
play like
fun?
a little off-key tone. Yeah, I like that. That's a good idea. Yeah. Do you know a mariachi band, or does Joe know any contacts on a mariachi band? Or we can get
Oh
some.
yeah, he knows tons of mariachi bands.
Joe must know mariachi. Joe, bring us some mariachi. Let's I get that set up.
You're like, yeah, all the time. Sure.
He's got him in his back pocket, right?
We're in
Or on a
Costa
speed
Rica,
dial on the phone.
right.
But to me, it's one of those things where, you know, going back to the gaming thing. Yeah, see, Joe even knows them. Look,
He
Jenny,
said tons.
I even taught one. There you go.
I know one.
Yeah, that's okay. We'll take it. We gotta start somewhere, Joe. But anyway, you know, it's one of those things for me that I look at it and he said they're not great.
We would never know.
I love it. Yeah, they're not great. That's good. This way, you know, like you said, we won't be violating any infringements. But to me, the gaming space is going to be one of those eras where the big guys have left the door open, Jenna. Steam, which is one of the major player site, you know, where you go on gaming sites where you go and download all games and play, launch pads, they basically said, oh no, we're not touching blockchain. We're not doing play to earn. It's like, what? Are you guys freaking retarded? There's so much money there, and you're going to let these other companies like Gala come in and steal your share? Okay, fine. That's fine by me, because guess what, Jenna? I got my bags packed with Gala and Myra and Playable and Nakamoto and Beam. And the list just keeps going on and on and on. Pomerium and so many other ones. I love the gaming space. There's going to be a ton of money coming into it.
Johnny, even LimeWire outperformed XRP.
Well, of course, Jenna. What do you expect? I mean, listen, I expect all coins to outdo a stable coin. I mean, you know, XRP has
I'm
been
so fucking dead.
I mean, listen, let's face it. People are going to get mad at us for calling XRP a stable coin. But you got to be honest. Like, it literally, Jenna, when I first heard of XRP back in 2020, guess what the price was?
What?
I won't put you out of the spot. It was
What?
70 cents. Like
Stop.
65 cents. My
You
very first exposure to XRP was around 65, 68 cents. And here we are 4 years later. And what's the price of XRP right now? I haven't even looked today. What is it?
Aren't you sponsoring an XRP
I am not
event?
messing with you. I am 100%. Swear to God, on my grandma's soul, I'm Italian. I would never do that. I swear to God, on my grandma's soul, it was like 65, 68 cents. And here we are today, 4 years later. And what are we at today? What's XRP?
Tell me the truth, Johnny. Did you not think that there would be Lambos by now?
You know what, Jenna? I actually could have. I had at one point my account in 2021 was big enough to buy maybe 2 Lambos, and like a retard, I just watched it go all the way up, and I watched it come all the way down because guess what didn't exist back then? I didn't
I
have.
have a feeling you're gonna tell us.
I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to say it. You say it. I'm not
I'll give you
saying.
guys a hit. It's Merlin.
Ah, there you
The
go.
smartest way to track your crypto, guys. And
I
here,
wish Merlin existed back in 2021, and I could have made exit plans, and I could have been selling, and instead I was so into the narrative that this thing's gonna keep going up, and
Yeah.
my parents and my cousins and my sons and everybody's telling me, Johnny, sell, sell, sell. I'm like, no, this whole bitch gonna keep going up, and because I honestly believed we were getting a second leg up. Everyone's talking about super cycle, and we're gonna get one, and you always get a second leg in the altcoins. And I was new. I always found BC Backer and all these other guys. I'm like, oh yeah, normally you get the second leg up. I was waiting for that second leg up, Jenna, and instead I got a kick right in the ass. Instead, I didn't get the leg up. I got the ass down, and that unfortunately I got screwed. And yeah, so don't have a Lambo.
What are you going to do differently this time? When are you taking and how much like percent, if you don't mind sharing like what you're doing?
I'm so glad you asked that question, Jenna, because you're talking about an exit plan. Yeah, so
Yeah.
this time around, I've already taken profits on some of the stuff. So as things are going up, in most of my, and guys, if you don't have an exit plan, you should create one. Click on Jenna's link below, and the link below here, and get your free 30-day trial for Merlin. But in my Merlin account, I've set it up where the majority of my coins, I'm selling around 60%, 40, 60 in this next bull run, 60% ish or so. 40% I'm holding for long term and for schmuck insurance. Because you know my story, right? You all know the story of Amazon. I had the Amazon at $17 in 1997 when you were in diapers. When you and Abs were in diapers, I was owning that. And unfortunately, I made a mistake of selling 100% of it. I didn't have an exit plan. I had I had an exit plan, all right, but it was the wrong exit plan. It was everything. And that is a foolish thing to do when you're in the beginning of a paradigm shift in technology. You don't get these very often, but we had one back in 1997 when the whole boom of the internet and cell phones and digital technologies were coming into play. Okay. And if you were smart and you got into that early, you could have made a shit ton. But I sold everything, right? Sold it. I was so happy. It went up $10 a share, made 10 grand, 25 years old. You're like, oh my God, this is great. Thought I was a great trader. I didn't know shit. Had I held that now, Jenna, I wouldn't know you because I'd be a multi-millionaire because Amazon went up to $3,300. I will never make that shit. So that's why when you say, what do you have? I have a 60-40 plan.
Yeah.
Imagine if I still owned 40% of my Amazon today.
Whew.
Forget about it. I'd have multiple Lambos.
Right. Exactly.
So that's what I'm doing. I have a 60% plan. I'm going to sell 60%. And the way I'm selling it is I'm not selling all 60 at once. And no, Jenna, I don't know where the top is. I have no freaking clue where the top is. Here's what I know. I know that most of these coins, if you do a simple Fibonacci retracement on them, you will notice that they will typically hit 1, 2, maybe even 3. Oh, that was hilarious. Maybe even 3 Fibonacci levels. So I program in about 5. And each one of those, I'm selling, 10, 20, or 30% of the 60 on the way up. I don't care if here's the mistake. Here's the difference. I don't care if I sell early anymore. The biggest reason why I never wanted to sell was because I was afraid I was selling too early. Well, I'm out of that mindset now. I don't care.
Right.
I don't care if I sell early. I don't care because I know what the backside of that curve is going to look like 6 months from now. I know where we're heading. And when we come sliding down the backside, I'm going to be very happy that I sold and took out maybe 2 or 3 points on the way up.
A wise man once told me, and he's in the audience, that you can't have all of the gains, but you can have some of the gains. And you know what? When you realize that, you're like, cool. But the market is always going to present opportunities. And that's why, like, when I started trading, it was crazy. It's a totally different mindset. I used to be so stuck in, I can't sell my XRP or it's going to shoot up overnight. There's going to be a flip the switch because that's what the cult will tell you. And there may be one day, there may be. But okay, so this is kind of funny. I look at the XRP charts a lot. That's what I do. And I was like, cool, bullish div. Now, mind you, of course, this is on 2-hour chart, but I get the money flow is not there and we dip down, but I'm like, okay, this has been a crazy retracement. Everything that we just pumped up, we've completely lost. We're going to go back up again. As soon as I see the bullish dip, this big bright yellow X signals whale manipulation and dumping. There's a lot of that. And then of course the big blood diamond is saying dumpage, get out now, abort your position. Now me, of course, I'm staying in the long just to see what happens. But yeah, there's a ton of whale manipulation on XRP, a ton.
Yep.
And they just dump. And it seems like it's like, okay, cool. Every time we get a divergence or we could start to go up, it's like, bam, no, you're not. You thought you were. No, you're not.
Here's how I feel about XRP. If you look at it from the prior 2 bull runs, and I don't know if you can show the chart of the whole past 8 years. If you're able to, you will notice that when who's ever manipulating it has, there you go, 12 months, or maybe the 1 day. No, sorry, do the 1 day. When you look at it over the long haul, I don't know how far back it's going to let.
Sorry, I've been doing some drawing on this chart.
You're good. Yeah, there we go. All right, so look at it. So this chart shows you right here, right? We got to about $2 in the last bull run and about 380-ish or something like that in the prior bull run. So this chart shows you that when they want, they'll release a son of a bitch. They'll unlock it, they'll let it go. And so for me, the way I look at it is, who's ever pulling the strings on this one just hasn't done it yet. And I think they will over time. So I don't really, for me personally, like Abs every day, he's talking about it. My cousin will text me, hey, you see XRP's pumping. I look at the thing, it's up 3 cents. I'm like, guys, don't even freaking reach out to me unless it's over $1. Because Jen, at the end of the day, I don't care. I don't look at the daily price of XRP. Merlin's going to tell me when it hits my targets and I'm going to sell. And until then, I don't really get hung up on it because I know it's highly manipulated and I know it's just not ready to run, because you see when the big boys want it to run, they will funnel money into it. They'll create a narrative and they'll funnel money. And we're just not there yet. It's just not its time. It's not here yet. So this thing's just going to keep crawling along like a stable coin, still 65 cents, just like when I first saw it 4 years ago. Still in the same price, but I'm not worried because at some point, they're going to unleash it. They're going to take the cap off the bottle, and they're going to let this thing go up. And the great thing is when you see comments like this from people, the dumping never ends. That's great because that's what they want. Remember, they have to go opposite of the market. They want people frustrated. They want people to think, to get this price as low as possible so they can buy it as cheap as possible. Because when they send it, Jenna, they don't want to make 2x. They want to make a 10x. If they want to make a 10x, the lower they can get it, the easier it is to get that 10x so they don't have to drive it as high. And I think that's what you're going to see here in this one. And I think in this next bull cycle, well, before I give my prediction, what's your thoughts on what you think we may see? You're really the TA gut person here. What do you think for potential highs in this next bull run for XRP?
No fucking clue.
And you're the TA person. All right, but you got to have a gut. I know you might not. Okay, so forget the TA.
No.
What's your gut tell you? What's your gut honestly believe?
My gut says it's not going to be a gray area. It's going to be a complete and utter disappointment, or it's going to be a complete parabolic move. I used to think it was going to be the $10, $13 range or whatever, but no, I think it's going to be either it's not moving a whole lot, we're not going to get past 5, or we're just going to blow somewhere astronomical. Something's going to happen. I don't think we're going to have that. How disappointing would it be? To even have that gray area? No, I want it one swing or the other. I think that's what's going to happen, to be quite honest with you.
So we're either going to get disappointed and we're not even going to break $2, or we're going sky high. We're going over $20. That's kind of what you're thinking.
I did not go through all of this abuse for nothing. Listen, we are resetting on the daily stochastic, so that's something. That's something.
Yeah.
All right.
Is that the hourly stochastic or the 1 month?
No, I'm on the daily. So that's
daily.
the daily. Yes. Stochastic RSI is resetting. So that's a good sign. That's a good sign. If the VWAP flips and we go money positive, that'll be good. I definitely think we'll start to come back up now.
Well, let's see if we retest. What zone do we need to retest here, General? Let's look at what the charts. So we got a strong support at what, 50 cents? Is that what that yellow bottom?
Yeah, 55 cents.
55.
Yeah.
So we don't want to drop through that 55, right?
We really don't.
We really don't. I know. And so, all right, yeah. I mean, I guess we'll continue to probably what I call creepy crawling. We'll continue to creepy crawler sideways for a while. But as Abs always like to say, XRP historically, pumps the hardest, pumps last, and pumps the hardest. And we'll see if it's still going to do that. Maybe that's the case. My argument has been this, Jenna, is the narrative for XRP is old. It's tired. It's 7 years old.
It is old and tired, but the fundamentals have not changed. I just can't wrap my head around like token like LimeWire or dog with hat. Trump token. Yes, I like Trump too, guys, but Trump token being worth $10 and XRP is having a hard time, getting it up past like 70 cents and staying there. Like we can't even stay above 65 cents. This is insane.
It's crazy, especially considering it's one of the few coins that we have some clarity on. We know, programmatic sales are not a security, and yet this coin can't even get out of its own way. And that's partly why I believe, Jenna, that who's ever controlling the strings on this one is like, nope, not yet. Not yet.
Right.
Keep you guys going sideways, but sooner or later, see ya when they're ready.
It's to create such a, just shitty narrative right now to shake out and continue to shake out retail to the point of hopelessness and people dump it or whatever. And then maybe that's, the point in time. Maybe they don't even want it to be on anybody's radar right now. You know what I mean?
The only problem I have with that narrative is when I did the math on that narrative a year ago, 2 years ago. So I don't remember the exact numbers, but I can tell you when I looked into the numbers, it was like 0.0001% of people own XRP. So when people say to me, Johnny, they want to shake us out, I'm like, really? You think they want to shake out 0.0001% of people? I have a hard time believing that narrative because it's just such a small amount of people that are in it in the first place. If you told me 10% of people, I'd like, okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah, they want to shake us out. But we're talking such a small amount of people that who are they shaking out?
Here's what I don't understand. Why would there be an XRP spot ETF? What value? Like, I can't understand why you would want an ETF for a token that's literally 60 cents and doesn't fucking move. Why?
I think what you would do there is you probably wouldn't even get an individual XRP. I mean, you might be able to only because the market cap puts it in the top 10. But frankly, my guess is if I were starting something like this, you probably would have a payments ETF, a basket of ETF sectors. And I could see XRP, XLM, and HBAR and maybe other payment type solutions being in there, right? Being in there as a way of thanks, Paul. Appreciate that, buddy. I'm gonna ignore that comment there. But anyway, I think personally, for me, that's the reason why you would do that. I think it would be for that very reason. Is putting it as a basket makes sense. Having its own standalone ETF, it isn't going to have the demand that a Bitcoin's going to have or an Ethereum is going to have.
No,
Even
right.
Solana is going to have, will have a bigger thing than XRP. But unless XRP catches some narrative that sparks it and sends it up like it had in 2017, the narrative was great. Nobody was talking about, nobody even knew what SWIFT was. Nobody knew what SWIFT was like they know today. Nobody knew about cross-border payment solutions. And all of a sudden, this coin comes out and we're talking about, hey, we're solving the world currency, cross-border pay. That was a very sexy, exciting narrative, right, Jenna?
Yeah.
And it took it all the way up to 380 and thousands, tens of thousands of percent. What's the sexy narrative for XRP nowadays? That's going to be the key. Now, tokenization could be it. If they end up, and they are working on tokenization platforms, they're working on CBDC platforms, they're working on AMA. They got a lot of irons in the fire, John. So one or two things are going to happen. They're either going to have a really sexy narrative that's going to drive money into the space, or they're going to start putting out real utility wins, adoption win use cases that are going to get people excited. To me, that's my gut. Like, I could be wrong, but I'm just saying, for me,
Okay.
I think those are the two things that can definitely drive this thing back up again.
So Snoop says XRP only attracts a certain minded people, is usually business minded people. Crypto is supposed to be fun. XRP is not attractive to Gen X, millennials, and Gen Z, in my opinion. Oh, I can understand that. I can understand your thought process there.
That's a fair comment. That is a fair comment. When you think of who the investors are in this space, and you look at well, I wouldn't say Gen X because a lot of us Gen Xers are in this space, but I think the reality is, that's a good point. Is again, it does attract, and that's what I'm saying. When you look at the amount of people in crypto that are in XRP, it's a small portion compared to there's more people right now in Sheep and Doge.
I might buy more, Johnny.
Did I FOMO you in? Did you flood? The sideways flood?
I might just buy more XRP.
I mean,
to be
listen,
quite honest with
here's
you.
the rule.
I'm not convinced that this is a shitcoin yet. I'm not.
It's not. It's not a shitcoin. It has way too much potential. It has real world utility solve, real world use cases.
Yep.
It's playing in a ton of different areas. They're looking at AMAs. They're looking at tokenization. They're looking at CBDCs. They're looking at. Listen, Jenna, don't be surprised if Ripple someday. This is hilarious. Bonk for life. Jenna, don't be surprised if Ripple is a massive company one of these days playing in the space, because they have gone out there. They got a good technology, and I think it has a real right to win out there. I think what's happening is all of us who have invested in it, we're impatient. It's been a long time that we've been sitting on this thing, and it's an opportunity cost because we're losing out on other opportunities.
Right.
Because we're in this one, and this thing's acting like a stable coin right now, and we're all pissed off about it, right? But remember what Warren Buffett said: buy when there's blood in the streets, or buy valuable companies when nobody wants them. Right now, nobody wants XRP.
That's why I honestly, that's why I want to buy more.
I don't think
I want to do the opposite of what everyone else is doing right now, and I just want to buy more.
Yep, I think it's a smart move.
And I want more XLM.
I love XLM, Jenna. Actually, I was almost bought some more today. I have a good chunk. But my two biggest bags, by the way, are XRP and XLM. So no surprise there. I love those two. And I actually like, Jenna, XLM more. You know why?
Why? Tell me. They're building more.
You hear nothing about it. But yet, Franklin Templeton decides to go and design in their technology, and Stellar had no clue. Now, in my industry, in the technology world, that's called a pull. There's two ways to put technology out there, okay? And I agree, Arrow is a good one, John. I definitely already have Arrow.
We have plenty of Arrow, babe.
Arrow's good. There's two ways technology gets put out in the world, Jenna. There's a push, where the companies who create the technology push it on other companies to take their technology. And then there's a pull, meaning other companies see so much value in a technology that they want it and they go get it and adopt it. That's what Franklin did to XLM. They pulled it in. That tells me when companies are pulling in a technology from a technology space in my industry, we know that's a winner. That's a home run when companies don't even have to push their technologies because other companies want it. It's an easy sell, Jenna. And that's why XLM, in my opinion, I'm sitting on those bags for a long time, because there's something there.
Yeah, I think that's more of like a 10-year kind of play in my mind. 10-year plus.
Both of them. I think they're both going to be. And Jen, I get bashed all the time on the Good Morning Crypto show because we talk about the utility versus speculation
Yeah.
curve, and I'm trying to tell people we are not in utility yet for a majority of this stuff. Now, some are, Ethereum's utility, it's got some
Right.
out there. Solana's got some out there, but Jenna, we are in the building phases. Okay.
Exactly. And what's making Solana pop? It's the meme tokens. It's not utility tokens. It's literally meme tokens. Do you think the Solana developers thought this would happen? Joe and I were talking about that, and I'm like, oh, you're probably right. They're probably like pulling their hair out. Like, this is not, what we designed this for. But hey, that's
Case
what's
in point.
happening.
Case in point. And guess what? 5 years from now, 8 years from now, do you think Solana's main thing is going to be use case is going to be meme coins?
No.
No. It's
No.
exactly.
That's just right now. It's
This
just
is
right now.
right. That's right. Look at
Mhm.
Amazon. They launched it as a bookstore. Is it a bookstore today? No. Right? It evolved. It transformed into the biggest freaking thing on the planet of online store sales. And the same thing is what's going to happen with Solana. It's going to transform into being way more bigger than a meme platform. But hey, listen, if that's what it takes to bring excitement, there's your beam cat. If that's what it takes to bring excitement to the Solana network, I'm sure Solana's gonna be like, hey, come on in. No worries. The door is open. Talk about our technology and of course, and bring exposure to it. Do you know what I read today, Jenna? $4 billion of total value locked on the block on the Solana system. That's what's driving all this up. $4 billion of that total value locked into that ecosystem. So I mean, kudos to them on the DeFi network. That is huge. That's massive. And they're just going to continue to attract it. And as long as the system stays reliable, I'll be honest with you, I haven't sold not one single coin of Solana yet. I'm not selling. I'm pulling Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm not selling. I'm not selling.
Okay.
No way. Not yet. That son of a bitch is going to do it. I won't be surprised, Jenna, if Solana hits somewhere between $6,000 to $1,000 in the next year or so. It will not surprise me. I think we still have 3 to 4x easily in Solana.
I agree with that. You know what? And I missed out because I was buying AVAX instead of Solana.
No,
I'm not
that's
mad.
good.
I'm not
AVAX
mad about
is good.
that. But it didn't have Solana gains. Like, it has good gains, and I'm grateful for those gains. But it wasn't Solana gains.
Yeah. AVAX is good. And if you still have your AVAX, don't sell it. I love AVAX. It's a major gaming platform play. That thing is also going to go probably to $200 someday. So yeah, Joe and I agree. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
We did it at the same time. I agree with him. I 100% exactly was my target, but around $200. Totally love AVAX, but I think Solana will beat the piss out of it, and it'll hit 1,000. It'll be in there, and I also love Link. I don't know if you like Link, but Chainlink.
Link's been a slow mover this cycle.
Jenna, beautiful. Still opportunity to buy.
Oh yeah, there is. You can still get it.
Bought some a couple days ago. I love Link because I think we're so far away from the top on Link. Listen, at the end of the day, you know what made the internet really work? A little keyword called interoperability. And it was it was the oh man, I lost the I can't think of the HT I can't remember, but it was the protocols that allowed all the internet systems to work together, and it slipped my mind what it is now. But that is what interoperability is going to Link is going to bring. That similar type. These blockchains have to work with each other. They have to be able to have cross compatibility. They can't be individual silos. When they can all start working and talking together, like Link and Quant are trying to solve in Atom, that's when you're going to get the explosion, if you will, in this space. And so for me, yeah, Link it's one of those you want to have in Filecoin. Oh, I love that one too. But
yeah, me too. I was buying that up at 320, 350.
Nice.
You know what though? But here's the thing. You have choices when you buy crypto, right? And I don't buy everything because you can't. And I don't want to spread myself too thin. So I chose Filecoin over ICP. Again, ICP is performing. I know, right? But I think ICP is going to be the stronger play. Now, I leverage trade ICP, so it's fine. Either way, I'm making money off of it. It doesn't matter. I don't give a shit if I hold it. I don't care. However, I make the money, right? But yeah, no, I think
Yeah, I
that
love
ICP is
ICP,
a
Jenna.
stronger
This
play.
is probably my fourth largest holding, fourth or fifth. One of my favorite plays, ICP, File, Flow, all of my favorite plays because they all work to build a stack. You know, when you think of being able to create a blockchain system, you need to have stacks of these blockchains on top of each other that work together, coexist to provide a total solution. And so File, right, providing cloud type storage systems to be able to things operate. And all these different things do have different solutions. Link or Quant having the communication, being able to bring in data, the oracles that they bring in. All these things stack up on each other. And so for me, I want to be able to own pieces of those sectors that bring all of that together. And within those sectors, you're right, you can't own them all. It's impossible.
No.
Who's got the money? But maybe you take one or two. So when I look
Mhm.
at like my portfolio, when I do my one-on-ones, when we do one-on-one consultation here at the academy, I will share with people. I show them my segments. I say, here are the segments I'm in. There's 10 different segments I'm in. These are the sectors I'm in, and within those sectors, these are the coins I'm actually in. And
Mhm.
let them kind of see the portfolio, what I'm in, what I'm doing, just so they can kind of get a sense. And it's up to them to go do their research and decide what they want to get into. But I want to make sure within those key sectors that I'm allocating my funds within those sectors where I think the future growth is going to come from as we move in this paradigm shift to Web 3.0, and with blockchains becoming basically the foundation, if you will, of the next technology paradigm. For me, I want to make sure I'm in those. So
Yeah, definitely. I'm with you on that. GRP. Oops, GRT. Oh, the graph. The graph is a good token. I
yep,
like the graph.
love the graph.
Let's see what
That's
it's sitting at.
that's another one that's in.
It's been moving.
That's another AI play. Yo, that thing's around 30, 40 cents.
Oh,
You could have bought this at
it's at
90.
18.
You could have bought this thing at 9 cents. This thing was
Yep.
around 9. Click on the 1 year, Jenna. I think this thing was sitting there around 9 cents. I know I was buying it at 9 cents. So I know. If you keep going, it's a little further down.
Yeah, it was. I remember.
It
You're
was
right.
about 9 or 10 cents for a while, just sitting
Mhm.
there, right? And look at how
Yep.
flat it was, and it was boring. But here, you know what's funny here, Jenna? Look at this. So I wrote this about 2 years ago. See that? Look what's on my list.
Oh, I love my old notes when I find
Look at that.
them.
Look at my
Fetch,
list.
AGIX, GRT, and what's the other one up top? I
Ocean.
can't see. Ocean.
Ocean.
Oh, yeah.
This was 2 years ago. I said, these are the four I need to start buying. Still have it on my sheet right here today.
I love that. I love when you find your old pieces of paper. Did you
Yeah.
stick with that? Did you buy all of those?
Oh yeah, I own all four of them. And since then, for AI plays, I've also added a couple other ones. But those were, those four: AGIX, FET, Graph,
Yeah.
and that's really the advantage of us being in the space 4 years ago. Is there wasn't a lot. I don't remember a lot of talk of AI in the last bull run, but there was a little bit, and I was like, you know what? Let me start looking into this and seeing what some of these plays are, because I
Mhm.
want to grab them now while nobody's talking. Because here's the problem with this space: once everybody's talking about it,
You can't. You gotta
too
sell
late.
that.
Too
You have
late.
to sell it.
It's too
Yeah.
late. It's too late. You have to buy when like you just said about Peasy. You'd have to take a shot and roll the dice on Peasy. Nobody's talking about it. You don't know if it's going to work. It might
Right.
fail, but you got to say, you know what? I got $50 or $100 that I can afford to lose.
Mhm.
I'm going to throw it in there, and I'm going to set it and forget it, and I ain't worried about
Mhm.
it. And it's a gamble. It's not investing. That's not investing, by the way, guys. If you're out there and you think that's investing, it's not.
Oh, no,
That's
I'm
gambling.
gambling. I'm
That's gambling.
gambling a little bit.
That's
Yeah,
gambling.
I know.
And that's okay. But Jenna, that's okay. I mean, there is nothing wrong with taking some portion of your money, that your hard-earned money that you earned, you worked for, that you decide you want to place a gamble. I mean, think how many people go to the casino every day. It's so different. But
Right.
you get to make a bet on what you think has the potential upside. And the nice thing is, you're not going to lose it in 30 seconds. Go to the casino, within 30 seconds, you put it on red or black. You're either going to win or lose when the ball stops spinning. You play roulette
Well,
or
I
crap.
don't know. I've been rugged on some Solana tokens pretty quickly. I
Yeah.
think actually, yeah, I think the Kishu and Emacs actually probably rugged me the hardest, to be quite honest, in
Yeah.
2021. But this is another AI token. I saw
Wow, look at
Crypto
this
Seth
thing.
talking about that, and I didn't snatch it in time, and
Wow,
literally
look at
just started
this
going
one.
up.
Yep.
So I would definitely be looking for dips on this baby. We just had one, but Solidus AI Tech, market cap still under a billion, so it's only 186 million right now,
Mm.
which I think is still kind of low for an AI token. So it still has a lot of potential.
You know what I like about this? I'll tell you what, and I don't know much about it, but I do like the fact that it has a max supply. Always a good
Mhm.
sign, so they can't overinflate it. I do also like the fact that it looks like, oh no, it only has, but it's only 25% out. So that's something, guys, to be aware of. Look at that right there. There's 25% release, which means there's 75% that could still be released, which means
Mhm.
when they dump it, that could drive the price down. But nonetheless, it certainly made an unbelievable run here. And where can you buy it, Jenna? Where is it available? Gate.io, Bing X. Okay.
All of the basic ones, yeah. Probit, BingX, Coinstore, Bitmart, BitGet, DigiFinex, Gate.io.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. So there you go. So, I mean,
Mexi has
certainly,
it.
but I agree with you. It's too late. I mean, to buy right here is too, it's already,
No,
it's
it's
done what, a
pumped 24 cents
3,700?
today.
What did this thing do? A 37X?
Yeah, so look, it was a penny down
Wow.
here. Yeah, but look at INJ. We had a chance to
Oh,
get that at $1, and that was just like what, 45, $50.
I'm
So
still kicking myself on INJ, Jen. I looked at it and didn't even realize at the time Mark Cuban, that was his baby. Should have known, and I blew them. I blew it on INJ and Tau. Completely missed
mm.
Tau too. TAO.
Yeah, you gave me the one that's kind of like
It's
Tau.
brother.
So
Yeah, now. NAO.
yeah,
Yeah. So
I need to
now
get
that
that
one
one.
pulled back too. This is probably a good time to look at potentially if you're thinking of getting in now. NAO. This is the time. Again, not financial advice. We are not net Tensor.
Oh
We are
shit, it's up 30% today, Johnny.
Yes, I know. It was at 20,
Whoa.
it was at 20 cents a couple days ago. You could have picked this up for cheap.
Yeah, you talked about this last Sunday.
Yes, yes, I did. And hopefully nobody bought it then because
It
it
was
was at 50.
15 cents last Sunday. It was 15 cents.
Was it? I thought it was like 50 when I was on with you guys.
No. Oh, when you were on, okay, so it might have
10.
been right before that. So
Yeah, it
still,
was.
this is still a good dip from where it was already.
Oh yeah. This is a good time to definitely and look at the chart. So look, it went sideways, went
Yeah.
up, had a pump, pulled back, and now it's forming a nice base. Of course, it's only a few days, but it looks like it had a nice level of support right on top of that prior resistance back on the third, right? It formed a base there. And this thing may be ready to kick the next leg up, Jenna.
Yeah. I just pulled up the 4 hour and I'm gonna say hard yeah on that.
Yeah. You know what the problem is with this one? When
This
you get a chance, scroll down.
bullish divvy.
Yeah, right. How's that look? Look at that. It's sitting right on top of that prior, right?
Yeah, that's great.
This is a really good. This may be a good. Again, we're not financial advisors, so I'm not going to tell anybody what's a good or bad entry point. You have to do your own research, guys.
I
But
just found a play.
you like it,
I
Jenna.
just found my play for tonight.
Just make sure that you remember where to send your commission check, okay?
Oh, okay, Johnny. No problem. Got you.
But Jenna, the problem with this one is if you scroll down, or I don't know if you have it on the only place to buy it, if I remember correctly, where I bought was on. I think it's you.
Uniswap?
Yeah. And this is the one I was
Yeah.
telling you. This is scroll down. This is the one I was telling you. That remember I told you I bought one and I paid $50-$60 on fees. This
This
was
is
the
the
one.
one.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure it's Uniswap. It doesn't show you on here where you can buy it, huh? Like that's
Oh man. See, if I would have taken some peasy gains, but no, I was like, I'm gonna hold and diamond hand peasy. I could have swapped that into it. That's okay. We'll
oh,
move
you
some
still
stuff
can.
over.
You can still grab this at 30 cents. You grab
Oh, definitely. No, we're going into this. Definitely. This is a play.
This one looks like a good sideways play, just about ready to make that next leg up. And I like the fact that it's got the same narrative in play, similar to BitTensor,
Mhm.
calling it Net Tensor, and they also kind of work together. So I think that you may see these two coming, not now, but again, yeah, there it is right at the top, Uniswap. That's the problem. Why they went with Ethereum, it kills me. But nonetheless, it certainly is a potential play here.
What is like, who's behind this? Can you explain more about this?
Yeah, so this one here, let me pull up some of my research notes here. When I was looking at, so one of the things that they do is they're an AI service provider. So they have a wide range of services that go beyond just the basics. So they've got, so think of NetCloud is one that stands out, which delivers like a cloud service to AI infrastructure.
Okay.
So basic services like hosting, virtual private service, VPSs, things like that, remote desktop protocols. They do that kind of stuff. So, and I know that they have an integration, and let me see if I can find it. They have an integration into BitTensor. Let me see here. I know I don't see where it was now, but they had a I know there was a an integration where they were working together with the BitTensor folks, and I can't find it anymore. So again, if you're looking for an AI play, an AI service provider that's providing that kind of information to the cloud, to me, when you look at it, it's basically helps AI infrastructure services work smoothly. And so when you think of where we're heading with AI, there's going to be a huge AI narrative play. And I kind of look at it as I said earlier, I don't know which one of these narratives are going to win, right?
Yeah.
But do I believe that the smart money is going to find ways to pump some of these narratives? Absolutely. Do I think, people are going to try NetTensor and BitTensor together? Absolutely. And so for that reason, I'm always looking for plays that can. Yeah, are you on the Twitter page on their Twitter?
Yeah. Can you
Yeah,
see it? Yeah.
yeah. And so and they're releasing nodes too. Look at that, node services. You're going to see a lot about AI node services. Another big one coming out in the next 2 weeks called Aether nodes. Everybody's talking about those as well. But to me, this is where the whole world is going to be working on AI plays, Jenna. And for me, I'm looking at, and there's another partnership there. It looks like Oxscans. So for me, I'm looking at this as another one of those. When I created this list years ago, this is one of those that I would be adding to that list as a play, and I want to make sure I have some exposure to, because I believe in AI infrastructure. Just the way I love Aether, because again, it's another AI infrastructure play. The problem with this one is right now, it's only on Uniswap. And if
I
you're
mean, it's not necessarily a problem. It's usually better to do that now before it gets a bunch of different token listings, because that's typically an opportunity for people to sell. Usually the price goes up, because it has more exposure. So I would rather buy it on Uniswap now.
And that's why I loved it, for what you just said. It has no exchanges right now. Wait till when this thing gets 2 or 3 exchanges.
Right.
And then there's a narrative around the whole thing of it's AI play. And then there's a narrative with integration into BitTensor. I mean, you could see all the potential narrative, but this is what we talked about.
So
this is exactly what you and I talked about.
the total supply is only 100 million. That's the max supply. And right now, the market cap is only 31 million. So this is so unbelievably early.
That's why I love it. Again, we just talked about, right? We're buying something that A, nobody's talking about.
Yeah.
B, can't really buy it anywhere. C, the market cap's very low. B, it's in a narrative field that's going to be exciting. Everybody's going to be talking about those 4 things. When you start adding all those up, it's like, hey, is this thing worth a couple $100 to drop a bet on? In my opinion, with my strategy, the way I play this space, and I'm not the kind of guy that's going to go, tens of thousands of dollars everyone. No, I look for ones that I think have good plays, good narrative, low market cap, hasn't pumped yet, max supply, very important to me, right? 100 million.
Yeah.
100 million, Jenna. This thing goes to $1 billion market cap with 100 million tokens. You're talking a $10 price.
Wow. Yeah.
Easily. So this
can happen.
This thing has a massive 30x in it, easily, potentially. So do I want to drop, $500 in this and see if I can make a 30x on $500? Yeah, that's my strategy.
Yeah, for being AI play, this has a ton of potential.
Ton of potential.
Awesome.
So there you go, folks. Guys, do your homework. We are not financial advisors. Don't go by what we say. Don't do what we do. Don't do what we do. Go research it. Make sure you feel comfortable and only put money in any one of these that you can afford to lose. Please don't take your baby's milk money or your rent money and put it into this stuff
Right.
because, man,
And we are not paid by any of these tokens to speak about any of the tokens that we have mentioned here. We just like them, or they caught our attention somehow, or we find some kind of potential. So
that's
there
right.
we go. There you have it. Awesome, guys. And don't forget, we have the link below for a 30-day free trial of Merlin. Make sure you have a crypto exit strategy because you don't want to get caught holding the bags and being like, damn, because that is absolutely no fun to see your portfolio go up and back down again. That's how you get depressed. So make sure you're taking gains. Make sure you click that link below. Click it.
And with that, Jenna, looks like we come to another end, another great show, and I'm looking forward to next Sunday. Hopefully next time I'll be on time. But as always, Jenna, it's a pleasure to be able to hang out with you on a Sunday night and talk about crypto.
Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. We love you. Peace out. Happy Sunday.
See ya to the next one.